match kind of tournament practice back. You know, the amount of tournaments Momota's played over the last 12 months really isn't many. He's only got 9, as I said, on his world ranking. You look at Angus compared to him, Angus got 18. There's a big, big difference, and it's going to... like fairly recent, then I would say 100%. And if you've played that player, that pair, in a similar venue, they're very one-sided. And the other interesting thing is if the world rankings are significantly different. So let's say you've got a pair, pinch of salt, because Momota obviously has a phenomenal head-to-head of 7-0.
Yes.
But the key is most of the round. So he hasn't played enough matches to get into a groove, to get into a rhythm, and really see what level he's playing at. And Angus is a tricky character because he's such a hard-working... Yes. It's not easy to win the point against him. Angus is incredibly disciplined. Can he get back to what he was? And he's chasing the other 2 Japanese players that are a fair bit ahead of him in the world, to be able to overtake one of his Japanese teammates, or to get himself considerably up the world rankings.
Lost 5 of those. He knows pressure is on him, even though
it takes time, and it takes tournaments. And this is almost the worst timing in a way, because when you increase the pressure by Momota possibly slipping out of the top 32 in the world and having to maybe play a few lower graded tournaments, he's got that pressure. And then he's so unfortunate. I remember hearing it, I felt so sorry for him, because it's horrific timing that it happened. And for him, I really hope he can find a way of getting that belief back, that confidence back to that level, or even close to it, and getting himself to be able to consistently play tournaments, because that's not what we've had over the last 12 months, and that's, you know, a big reason why he's only got 9 tournaments on his world ranking.
it's all good.
Phil Momota at the moment, at any point really in that first half, has shown how he can be dangerous, how he can trouble Long. Long has hit...
How many winners? Not many, right?
Well, he's hit 1 or 2, but I mean, he shouldn't. In men's singles, if the lift is incredibly short and you're playing someone with an incredibly high skill level and they are incredibly deceptive, yes, that can happen. But we're talking about Angus.
Agree with that assessment.
In a, you know, miles away, in a comfortable seat, you know, but if I'm just watching him, I'm not 100% sure he believes that he can
scale the heights again,
put his hand up. But I would say, personally, I don't think it was long enough.
Right.
That's a brilliant shot, but the score is 6-15.
Yeah, he's left himself a lot to do, hasn't he?
Yeah, I've been in that situation, but it's a great shot from Long.
Service over.
Favoured, you know, has been triumphant, but I do think from the second game we need. To an extent because of the ends, but he's got to show his opponent that he believes.
Okay.
To be honest, but the end will favour him with the drift. He can't be as passive. mean, Angus's work rate is very impressive. He's brilliant. Making his opponent take it late and putting pressure on. And I wouldn't say Momota at the moment is stressing Angus whatsoever.
Oh, yeah. He never got consecutive points in the last game, Chris. Kenta Momota, and he's already got 2 in a row here, so that's...
It's going to be interesting how it unfolds. I think the key. Momota's got to stay close. If he gives Angus too big a lead, winning the first game and then...
How is that off-putting as well? Does that, or you're so in the zone it doesn't really matter?
You hear everything before you know it. You're hearing someone shouting on the next court. You're in
Yeah.
the crowd shout. You know, I'm going to be honest. I was so zoned in when I would play in a hall like this. I couldn't hear my coach or my partner. You're kind of in your own world, which on one hand's a good thing, but another one isn't because you can't hear your coach giving you instructions. But it's just because the noise is, it's so loud from such a passionate, an amazing arena. And I did hear that possibly there's a chance this could be the last year that it's actually played in this hall.
Yes, there's a new one. It is in.
The unforced errors from Angus this second game. We didn't see really any of those mistakes in the first game from Angus. So
Right.
The drift's obviously playing a bigger part than is obviously visible in regards to touch as well. The shuttle's holding up at the net, so that when you're playing a controlled shot, maybe it's just the wind's holding up, so people are a bit more tense when they're trying to push it to the net or play a net shot. Because it's not possible. You've got to keep your body weight going in the direction you want the shuttle to go to make sure the shuttle. That's a great.
The run rallies we've had.
Angus is really now trying to take the net away from Momota. Just pushing everything to the back, making him work hard. It's great, but he's just, I would almost say putting a shift in, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
He's working incredibly hard so that he's just making life engraved to Momota, but except for that, he's gone back into his style, which is I'm just going to work hard. I'm going to make my opponent move. I'm not going to give anything easy.
Explain the explosion of noise that we have at the moment.
I think that one was drifting out, but Angus took it. Just had an Indonesian pair one on another court, and I'm really sorry I couldn't catch what you said there.
I was asking.
Is struggling with the longer rallies, then I would say it's a sensible tactic. Obviously, he doesn't want to overly fatigue himself also, because obviously it could go to 3 games and then it turns into an incredibly long match. And if Angus was to eventually...
He looked frustrated with himself here. Momota. Play that.
Well, it's just a very different player. Now, is that he's not fully fit? Because this is now a close game. Whereas if he didn't make those, I don't think Momota has consistently brought enough to this second game to really threaten Angus. Now, I could well be wrong, because Momota, for a period of time in his career,
The umpire of the match, Indonesia. Now please welcome Ren Xiangyu and Park Jiang. Join
And Kalong, for the first time ever, has beaten Kento Momota after